Welcome back to Good Morning LaLa, and we are so excited. Kalie Shorr, awake. I mean, how perfect is this for the day?
Right?
Woo!
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you for being here. So congratulations on your new EP, Awake. We absolutely love it. We
Thank
heard it at
you.
the top of the show. I'm wondering, who inspired or what inspired this song?
Oh, that's a good question. It was a high school ex-boyfriend who called me when I was out at a bar. Shocker. They have a way of doing
Oh, this happens like that, right?
Yeah, and it was my friend's birthday, and he was the last person on earth I expected to hear from. And I remember I texted him, and I was like, hey, like, why was I the person you reached out to? He's like, well, I knew you'd be awake. And I was like, so I go to the bar bathroom, take out my phone, immediately start recording like the melody so I could bring it into my producer, and then I got to play it on the Opry, and I told that story. I was like, this song started in the bathroom of a dive bar, and here we are. So,
I feel like
Yeah.
the best songs start that way. You know, Rolling Stone said you were one of the artists to watch. How would you describe you and your vibe?
yeah, so I grew up in Portland, Maine, and you know, country is definitely predominant up there, but the biggest live music scene they have is pop punk and rock and all that. So I started playing in rock bands when I was 13, and that's my favorite genre of music other than country. And I think that the line between it is so fine between rock and country. Like, I just love good lyric and great guitars, and I think that's what both of them have in common. So I try to bring a little bit of rock and roll to country.
So what does awake mean to you?
The project?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you were awake when he called, but
Yeah.
does awake, it has a lot more meaning than
Yes,
that, right?
absolutely. I mean, the project was where I really felt like I found my sound for the first time, and how I wanted to say it, and who I wanted to, you know, the world to know who I am. And so it was kind of a creative awakening for me. That's why it felt like a really natural title for it. You know, the song comes from a really real place, but you know, past that, just the title, I mean, I felt like I just had this sudden realization of who I was supposed to be and what I wanted to sound like.
One of the other songs and song titles that I love is Fight Like a Girl.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. And it's all about resilience, which is a personal, you know, love of mine. So can you talk to me a little bit about that song and that theme?
So, thank you. Yeah, that was the first song that really introduced me to, you know, country fans and just fans in general, and allowed me to do music for a living. And I couldn't think of a better song to start my career on. I wrote it about, we're going through an interesting time as far as women go in country music. Last year, women made up less than 10% of the Billboard charts. Wow. And a lot of people don't know that, because the women who break through really big. They're the Carrie Underwoods and Miranda Lamberts and Taylor Swifts. And so it seems like there's a lot of women in country, and there are, but just not getting to that top level. And so I wrote the song after hearing some comments that a male radio programmer said, where he said that women are the tomatoes of the country radio salad, men are the lettuce, and we should be thankful to get 15% of radio.
So my dad eats tomato salads.
I like
Quite
the
literally.
crazy
He has no lettuce in his salads. Okay.
Yes, I like caprese salad. So like, you know, mozzarella, tomato. Yeah, no, it's so funny. And it was just so misguided. And, you know, truthfully, I just think, you know, I don't even really think it's his fault, but that's the he we're referring to in the song. So me and my friends, Haley Steele, Lena Stone, two of my best girlfriends, you know, wrote this song just kind of saying what we wanted to say, and a song we felt like we'd need to get through a bad day. And ironically, it went on to be my first song at country radio.
Just love it.
Yeah.
What's been the most rewarding part of your journey thus far?
I think that Fight Like a Girl has opened a lot of windows or doors with fans, sharing their stories. And, you know, I was on Sirius XM, The Highway, doing a radio interview, and after I finished, they played me this voicemail they got from a woman who was listening overseas while she was in Afghanistan. And she told me that, or she said on the voicemail that she left them, that she listened to Fight Like a Girl every night before she went to bed to give her, like, you know, clarity before she, you know, woke up and fought for our country every day, which is crazy.
I mean, just watching this video right
Yeah.
now.
Right.
Hey!
What I love about you too, just, you know, this is the first time I've met you, and you have this very gentle, soft-spoken, you know, voice.
Thank you.
And yet you have this huge voice out in the world.
Thank
so I think
you.
that Fight Like a Woman, I mean, it's such a profound statement. Like, where's that dance? And where's that
Yes.
dance for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, you're taught from such a young age that fight like a girl is an insult. If you said that to a boy, it'd be a bad thing. But when I think of fighting like a girl, I think of my mom beating breast cancer, raising me alone. I think of the woman overseas. I think of, you know, women who've survived domestic violence. I mean, that's what I think of when I think of Fight Like a Girl, not, you know, like not some playground stuff. So.
And you have to, I would imagine, think of yourself as well in that category? Because I know it hasn't been the easiest journey for you.
Right.
To a hot dog stand. And
Yeah.
you could talk some about that.
At the hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up raised by a single mom. She's the most amazing person I know. But when I moved to Nashville, getting a real job and, you know, figuring out how to navigate the entertainment industry with no money was kind of an overwhelming, you know, albatross. And so my first job was at a hot dog stand on Broadway. It has since closed. I tried to go back the other day.
Right there.
I do love hot dogs. I'm a vegetarian now, but vegetarian hot dogs are great too. And yeah, no, so it was a very interesting time, but it gave me a lot of perspective. And I remember thinking, you know, when I'd be really stressed out, I'd have to work till like 4 a.m. Because it was served the bar scene, so you can imagine the stories I had. And I remember being like, Faith Hill worked at McDonald's, you can do this, dang it.
Grin and bear it.
Yeah.
And you did this. I see the guitar right here.
Right?
I'd love it if you could play it.
Yes,
for us.
absolutely. So I have a new single out called Candy, hence why I wear my little candy skirt. I think it's gumballs or balloons, I'm not sure. It looks like something.
It looks like
Yes,
candy.
it looks like candy. So there's 2 things in the world I have a hard time saying no to. One is a boy in a band, and the second is a Snickers bar. So I wrote a song about
I
both.
hear you, sister.
Chasing you down like an ice cream truck. Every damn time that my phone lights up, I'll be salivating at the sound of what's up. Yo, what's up? I rationalize, I drive by your house. Not on my way, but I guess it is now. I want another taste and I don't care how. No, I don't care how. I know you're not forever, but you're my guilty pleasure. You mess me up, that sugar rush got me addicted. Melt in my mouth, you disappear and make me messy. Mama said you were bad for me, but I didn't listen. Boy, you're delicious. It's too bad you ain't nutritious. When you say my name, it's like candy. When you kiss my lips, it's like candy. You're no good for me, you're like candy. You're like candy, hey. No, I'm not proud of my bad behavior. I guess I can't help my human nature. High on that sugar-coated danger. But I like the flavor, like a Sonic cherry lemonade. Like a straw dipping in that Coca-Cola concentrate. Savor every minute till the sweetness fades. I know you're not forever, but you're my guilty pleasure. You mess me up, that sugar rush got me addicted. Melt in my mouth, you disappear and make me messy. Mama said you were bad for me, but I didn't listen. Boy, you're delicious. It's too bad you ain't nutritious. When you say my name, it's like candy. When you kiss my lips, it's like candy. You're no good for me, you're like candy. You're like candy. When you say my name, when you kiss my lips, you're no good for me. You're like candy. Hey! You mess me up, that sugar rush got me addicted. Melt in my mouth, you disappear and make me messy. Mama said you were bad for me, but I didn't listen. Boy, you're delicious. It's too bad you ain't nutritious. When you say my name, it's like candy. When you kiss my lips, it's like candy. You're no good for me, you're like candy. You're like candy, hey. Oh, thank you guys.
Love addiction. I hear it. Wow.
Do you guys want to be my backup singers?
I was totally lip syncing along.
No, I love it. Do it.
We've all been there. Woo!
Yes, girl.
So good.
Thank you.
good.
Thank you so much.
You are so wildly talented. What
So
do you love
talented.
about what you do?
I love getting to meet people and hearing people's stories. I'm such a people person. I'm a morning person. I just can talk anyone's ear off. I get it from my mom. So meet and greet lines are my favorite. I'm like, you stood in line to say hi to me, and I just want to be your best friend. They're really fun, just connecting with people and having someone say, like, hey, I heard your song and I relate to it. It's just like literally the best feeling in the world.
Well, that's my
You
new
are
summer
very-
single. That is
Oh,
for
good.
Very talented.
Tell people where
Thank
they
you.
can follow you and get your new song?
Yes, you can follow me at Kalie Shorr on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the good stuff. It's Kalieshorr. And you can get my new project Awake on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, all that good stuff too.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank
Great.
you.
You are so
Thank
talented.
you.
I'm really excited.
That was
for you.
so fun. We appreciate you being here.
You guys are
We'll be back
awesome.
with more Good Morning La La Land.